And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. That's 800-932-1749.
Welcome, folks, to Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez. I'm going to be joined with Oklahoma Brian, and later in the show, we're going to have Florida Rick. But we are on Sports Byline, SB Nation Radio Network, also on the American Forces Network, Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports. Well, folks, we had a pretty decent day yesterday. I mean, Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick, and we all like the Spurs. I think we doubled or tripled down on the Spurs. Split out the baskets. Of course, I lost my Loyola, Maryland, or not Loyola, I mean, whatever it was, to Holy Cross. I lost that one by a basket. But, Brian, we got a big show, a big weekend coming up. How's it going for you, brother?
Yeah, just the, I guess the big thing in my life is my kids are going back to school on Monday, so that's very anticipated. That's kind of like it's like a victory. When that finally happens, I can only watch so many hours of Netflix and take, kids to the park, take kids on play dates. That's getting old, ready to settle into the grind for the remainder of the spring.
Well, this morning when I was talking to you, I gathered that you've already taken some really stressful action, more than the sports, because you were giving your daughter a driving test, right?
Yeah. Not just a driving lesson. She's not even 15 and a half. So this is like pirate driving lessons. Like this, if we got pulled over, I'd probably get a big ticket and she wouldn't be able to drive till she was 18. So this is like double secret undercover driving lessons. And it was very stressful. I'm very happy to make it through that.
I could feel it in your I could just hear it in your voice because I went through the same thing. I remember when I was teaching my daughter, I actually was about to wear a helmet inside the car.
That's good.
It was that bad, but while I was going through it and I was just holding on for dear life the whole time. I was wondering, this has got to be the worst job in the world.
I think so.
Just to think that, okay, because usually, with your daughter, you say it's going to be over in 2 weeks, but imagine if it was never over.
Yeah, I know. I would be awful. I'm not going to sign up for the job as driving lesson instructor. Yeah.
We got to take a break. We'll be right back, folks.
Okay.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan. If eligible, receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits with low or no out-of-pocket cost. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier drug and alcohol treatment referral service operating 24/7. We help connect you with facilities nationwide that accepts PPO private health insurance for substance abuse. If you have PPO substance abuse coverage and you need immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center, call us now. Call our live referral helpline today. The call is free. This program is not available to Medicare or Medicaid customers.
Call 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. That's 800-296-1252.
It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more.
800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
Are you wasting hundreds of dollars each year on contact lenses? Would you like to be able to see clearly again without reading glasses? Make the smart choice with IQ Laser Vision. Their team has performed over 150,000 LASIK and SMILE procedures, and with 11 locations on the West Coast and special out-of-town packages, there is a solution just right for you. See why they have a 5-star rating on Yelp. Check out IQLaservision.com. That's IQLaservision.com.
IQ Laser Vision.
Indeed knows finding the right hire takes time away from your business.
Hiring a qualified data engineer felt like a second job.
More job seekers use Indeed than any other site, so there's no better place to find someone with the skills you're looking for.
I needed someone with a master's in computer science and database experience.
Plus, Indeed screener questions help you find your shortlist fast.
Now I'm back to having just one job.
Get a $50 credit to give your first job posting premium placement at Indeed.com/credit. Terms, conditions, quality standards, and usage limits apply. Additional terms online.
Welcome back, folks, to Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline SB Nation Radio Network. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Oklahoma Brian. You know, Brian, I was just doing a little bit of thinking last night on the thing because I was reading, going through some articles and reading things, and I kept thinking about some of the worst business propositions or deals probably ever documented. Like one of them, I think, would be right now if you opened up, let's say, a payday loan company in Venezuela. But now, how about hosting the World Cup in 2022 in a country like Qatar? I mean, why?
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to do for the country, but the prospects of as a visitor, it looks a lot less appealing. That's not saying much. It's never looked very appealing, but as you probably know, Qatar or Qatar or Gutter, however you choose to say it. No, those are all legitimate pronunciations of the country. It looks less appealing to travel than it ever has. When they were awarded the World Cup, actually, it's been almost 8 years since they've been awarded this World Cup. I think it was around 2009 or 10. It was totally legitimate. We know that there was massive bribes exchanged. There's no way a country of 2.7 million with, ridiculous climate would ever be awarded the World Cup. But they kind of told the world that they would be willing to modernize or maybe tweak their liquor laws to make themselves a better host for the world as the world tries to descend upon them. And we still don't know exactly what those laws are going to be, but we're starting to hear a little bit this week. The taxes on liquor were raised substantially. A case of beer now costs $100 in Qatar or Qatar.
You mean now or when the World Cup? No. Like what are their liquor laws currently before this World Cup? Right now, let's say we were to go there tomorrow.
Right. We're not going to be going to happy hour. I can tell you that. There is no liquor. Now what people were hoping is that they would allow a system kind of like you have in much of the UAE or some other Gulf states where maybe it's like a system where hotel restaurants, hotel bars can serve beer or wine. Maybe you have a couple restaurants that have a special license. Of course, you can't serve locals, but maybe visitors can buy drinks, buy the drink. Now what they're saying is no drinking in public, no drinking in the stadium. Some people were holding out and hoping that would change. That's not going to happen. No drinking anywhere. What they're proposing is creating hospitality tents in the desert. So you'd actually have to drive out of the city, out into the desert, and they might have like a the equivalent of a parking lot roped off with a big tent. And if you're really, really thirsty, maybe you go out into the desert and get yourself a pint or whatever.
How ridiculous is this? Are you kidding me? A country like everybody loves to drink and yell and scream at these soccer games. That's got to be crazy. So they're going to charge $100 for a case of beer.
Right, and I'm sure by the beer or by the glass, it's just got to be and that's the least of your problems. The fact that they won't let you consume it anywhere near the city. I mean, this is a country that's 100% urban. 100% of the population lives in cities, and this was actually a semi-appealing tournament from one standpoint. The games, like we've never seen before, are going to be geographically close to each other. So like the last few World Cups in Russia or Brazil, you had 6-7 hour plane flights potentially, to go from one or longer, but tremendous travel. So if you were following one team around, I mean, you might be lucky to catch 4 games. Maybe you might get a 5th game if you were really lucky. In the case of Qatar, the games are going to be really close. I mean, it's possible. It's never been possible in the World Cup, but it will be in this World Cup. You could actually, in theory, see 2 games in the same day, which has never happened because the country's just so small geographically. But this was a. I don't think there was really a chance Oklahoma Brian was really going to the 2022 World Cup, but sad to say, I don't know if this makes me a drunk or what, but this was my final. This was my final grievance. I can't. I don't think I could go.
Wow, that's. Hey, by the way, we got something on 5th Street Social, and I just wanted to say, hello to Beltsville Mike from Arizona. He just sent me a thing telling me to say hello to Frank. He used to run the casino nights in Beltsville, Maryland. He's a real super guy, good friend of mine. I haven't seen him in 20 years. Hello, Mike. Anyway, so Brian, getting back to this, I mean,
what do you think? Would Beltsville Mike be up for a trip to Qatar without?
No. Okay. There's a zero chance of that. There's a zero chance. So I just can't understand what a blatant case of bribery this could be. Is there a worse place to have a world that could have been awarded a World Cup? I mean, can they get it unawarded?
No, but there was a lot of speculation for a long time. I think we're too close to. I mean, we're 3 years away, so there's no chance. And of course, they're going to move the games to the fall, so the games are going to be played between November, let's say the middle of November to the middle of December. It'll be the shortest World Cup in terms of calendar days that we've ever had. They're going to compress it into a relatively small period of time because they're essentially playing the World Cup in the middle of the schedule for club teams. So I don't know. It's possible that they're going to have a lot of empty seats, but you know what happens in Qatar when there's empty seats, Frank?
No.
I could probably have given you a dozen guesses. I don't think you would have gotten this right, but the immigrant labor force, which is this entire World Cup, is basically been built on basically slave labor, involuntary servitude, for lack of a better word. But they take these same workers and they pay them to sit in the stands and actually act like they're having a good time. They pay them $1 an hour to do that. So potentially you're going to have some seat fillers in the seats. I don't know. Maybe it ends up being a big ticket. I think it's going to be a huge dud. It's an expensive country. This is, believe it or not, this is the most prosperous country in the world per capita, more prosperous than Luxembourg. The per capita wealth of Qatar is 100 and
wow.
Let's see, it's at the very top. It's the richest country in the world, and also more obese than than the United States, if you can believe that.
Well, you got to be kidding me. But what, I mean, and then they're going to have it in November, December. So that's going to be right in the middle of the, and like the NFL season, the bowl games, the playoffs, and then they're going to throw in the World Cup at the same time. Well, thank goodness we got 4 years to get ready for that disaster. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
right.
almost. And then, what a transition. So doesn't it go from Qatar on 2022 all the way to Los Angeles on 2026?
It will come to North America in 2026. I'm not sure we know the details of like where the final is yet, but yeah, it's gonna be a joint hosted North American tournament with I believe with Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. all hosting portions of the tournament.
I mean, what a difference to go from let's say you went to one World Cup, that one, then on the next one you went to the one in 2026 in LA, and they were playing a game wherever in California. So you go from nothing to dry to, oh boy, here comes the break. I mean, but it's going to be a big transition from there to California. Maybe it's a good thing we're going to break. What I would have said might have gotten me a little bleep on the air. So folks, Fifth Street Sports, we'll be right back. NFL playoffs and then Florida Rick.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com, that's MYEVOZ.com, to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
All right, folks, we're back. This is Fifth Street Sports with Oklahoma Brian, and I'm Frank Perez on Sports Byline, SB Nation Radio Network. Now, today, folks, it's Friday. Tomorrow, we're heading into the NFL playoffs, the wild card games. Well, Brian, I got, our show has never been about trends, more or less, and stats and everything. We use that very, very rarely. But there is one to me that makes sense, and I like the game anyways, and I'm going to use this trend. Did you know, here's a little wild card trend for you. Home teams in wild card games that had 11 or more wins during the regular season, they're 21-2 straight up and 17-5 against the spread. Now, when I see a trend like that, I don't use like these other guys that use these trends that can make anything fit. You know, like when they wear red shoes on grass on road teams and they're 38-0. You know, you can always. This is a relevant trend that I think, and the team that fits this is Houston. Houston won 12 games. They're at home, and they're 21-2 straight up in a spot like this with this kind of a. But don't you think that trend makes sense? I mean. Gosh, I mean, the team's at home and got the wild card and got 11 or more wins. Right?
I
mean, not got the wild card, but won the division.
Yeah, I'm in agreement on this game. I am weary of a lot of the stats I hear this time of year. I feel like people tend to overfit their, the constraints that the variables that they apply to these situations. But that's a pretty straightforward presentation of the facts, and I happen to like Houston a lot. In fact, I think the line's kind of mysterious that it's so low. So 1.5 still?
There's some ones out there. I mean, this game opened up 2.5. I thought it was going to open up 3, but it opens up 2.5, and now and then I feel bad because I missed a lot of Wong chances there. Now it's down to a 1.5. This is a team that went 12-4 and won their division, and then all they talk about is Andrew Luck. What about the Houston? I mean, they're not chopped liver, right?
No, they're not. Although I do have to agree that Indianapolis is kind of an appealing team. They, with the exception of that turd that they mailed in Jacksonville where they lost 6-0 at about the 12th or 13th week, they've been sizzling coming down the stretch. In fact, looking at the entire board, right, looking at all 12 teams that are in the playoffs, I don't remember seeing a playoff season where I actually look at every team in the mix and think I could actually make a case for this team or that team going through. I don't think there's one team in the playoffs that I absolutely hate.
You mean that are going to go? But so besides getting this game bet down to a 1, you might even be able to find a -115 on the pick'em line. I am going to jump out there on a limb like I've done 4 times this year on certain situations and say Houston's the play here. Houston is definitely the play in this game.
I tend to agree. I like Houston. Yep. I like Houston.
Hey, Brian, here we go, buddy. We got breaking news, folks. Breaking news is coming on. That sound, breaking news is usually comes in with them when America's Worst Bettor is had made a wager. He's been gone for a while, but let me see what he's in on. Boy, there it is. He's on game 152, Alabama -5.5. Brian, he's back. I guess he was waiting for Alabama, buddy.
Boy, this guy loves Alabama.
Yes, he does. Yes,
wow.
He does.
I'm gonna hold off on that because that game could be in my slate of picks here in the last segment. But I can say that I'm not surprised. Maybe he's from Alabama, but man, he bets. I think he bets Alabama more than any team. In fact, I don't remember a game this year where he passed on Alabama. I think he's pretty much on them every week.
Yep, and then you know how many games landed on the number in Alabama. I think he got Polish middled like I don't know how many times because he always usually gets the worst line. So when everybody else was middling these games, he was getting middled. But anyway, so getting back to the NFL playoffs. All right, so we both agree on Houston. Here comes Seattle at Dallas. I know we're going to oppose on this one because you are a Seattle fan in this game.
It's interesting. I don't want to give away my entire card here in the second segment, but I will. I'll tell you what I think about this game. I hated Seattle when the year started. If you remember, I was under the season win total of Seattle. So I finally come around. I admit that maybe I was a little quick to dismiss Seattle, but I don't. This isn't a strong game for me either way. I think either team can win this game. I think Dallas's A game is as good as anybody in football when they show up and when they can actually score points. Their defense is as good as any team in football. If they can only play the entire playoffs in Arlington, they'd be a pretty tough team. But we know that they're much worse on the road, and they're going to have to go on the road even if they win this game. But I'm guessing you like Dallas from the sounds of it.
Yes, I certainly do. Dallas at home is another one of my trends, like Kentucky and like Northwestern. I really like this Dallas team at home. I think the final score is 20-13 Dallas in this spot. Now we're going to save the last two picks because we don't want to give everything away for the third segment, especially when Florida Rick comes on and then you guys give us all your baskets. But, Brian, Dallas at home has been a very, very strong play this year. They really turn it up a notch. The defense gets going. Seattle on the road, gosh, I don't know.
You're right. Dallas has been a tough team at home this year, but it hasn't always been like that. They were actually better on the road for the first few years that the new stadium opened. Actually, for I think the first 5 years, they were noticeably better team on the road than they were at home, and they have kind of turned that phenomenon around. But yeah, going to a Cowboy game is you've never been to a game at that new stadium, have you?
Where, in Dallas? No.
Right.
No, not.
Okay, it's a spectacle, and it's one of those stadiums where, if they're playing a marquee team, like say the Pittsburgh Steelers or another team that has a national following, they it's not unusual to see 20, 30, 40% of the stadium occupied by fans of their opponent. So, for the longest time, that kind of cut into their home field advantage, and just the fact that the stadium is just such a bizarre, place. But they have turned it around, and they're very good at home now.
They are good at home. Because I'm learning how to cook, so I'm gonna use this pun. And I think there's gonna be on Saturday a lot of home cooking. I'm gonna take both home teams on Saturday, and then I'm immediately gonna get. This is my picks, so the people can wait for yours and Rick's picks that are probably even a little bit better or a lot better than mine for the next segment. But I'm taking these two home teams on Saturday. Then I'm gonna get in my car and get on the road for the next two. For the next two, I'm going to take these LA Chargers +3 and Philadelphia +7. I know everybody's in bear country and all this and that. I'm going to take this Philadelphia +7. I think they got a little bit of experience. They know they're playing right at the right time, but you'll probably disagree with me in the next segment because I think you look like you got Bears written all over you.
I hope not. I don't know. I tell you this. Now that's not really on the surface. That's not a real teasable game. Although if it gets to 7.5, we could start talking teasers on it. But of the three small dog games, is there one of those games that you don't feel comfortable using in a teaser this week?
No, I don't. I'm not going to use. You have to do it by principle only. Like you got to take Indy up, and you got to take Seattle up, and you're going to have to take the LA Chargers up.
Sure.
But the LA Chargers, I do not feel uncomfortable with. I do feel uncomfortable in the other ones because I like both home teams. But let me ask you a quick question because I know you guys are going to take the whole next segment with all your picks. I've got a friend of mine that just sent a big amount of money in, and then he went ahead and he made what I consider just a horrendous move. That means he didn't pay attention to our show. He doesn't follow anything. And he took and made a huge bet on the Bears at 10-1 from here to win the Super Bowl. And I've told him, wow. I said, you look at the situation. You got to have the 1 or 2 seed for any of that to work. let's say the Bears right now. I said you were better off betting your ticket and cashing it all the way through. Now, real quickly, let's project some lines. The Bears are minus 250. So let's say right now he takes his 1,000 and bets him at minus 250. He's got 1,400. Now, probably the Bears would probably be going to the Rams after this. What would you make the line Bears at the Rams?
Well, never underestimate how much that week of rest is worth. So think of what I would make the line normally. Normally on a neutral site, I would make the Rams probably about add 3 for home field advantage. Now I'm going to add another point or 2 for the rest week. And the Rams could easily be every bit of 5 or 6. I don't think much higher, but it could be every bit of 5 or 6, I think.
Look, okay, so let's just say that, oh, shoot, we got 15 seconds. So when we come back, before you guys start, let's run this parlay through to just so the people can just see just what a bad deal it is to take any of these teams that are not a 1 or 2 seed to win it all. Guys, Fifth Street Sports, we got to take a timeout. When we're back, a little bit of parlay correlation, and we'll see you real quick.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Attention business owners. Now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for their business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first-class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
All right, folks, Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline SB Nation Radio Network. I'm Frank Perez. We're going to be with Florida Rick and Oklahoma Brian. This is the money segment. But really quickly before these playoffs start, I just wanted to tell you, Brian, what a bad deal it is to take something like 10-1 on the Bears, which is a going rate. So we figured after this game this weekend, your 1,000 becomes 1,400. I'll give you plus $1.80 against the Rams. Then let's say they won that game and then they went over to New Orleans. What would you make the Bears at New Orleans, like plus $1.60? Hey, there's Florida Rick.
I'll let Rick will chime in on this, but I would say the Bears would be a bigger dog at the Saints than they would at the Rams. Do you agree with that, Rick?
100%. Yeah. Yeah. I was listening to everything you guys were saying, and I fully agree with what you said, Frank. There's only one caveat to the deal, and that's if somehow the Saints get upset. Say somehow Dallas goes in there, or Seattle, whoever they play, and they beat them, and now all of a sudden the Bears get to host that last game. Then maybe he's got a little bit of a bargain. But overall, you're right. The best thing is to just play it game by game, and you're going to get a much better payout 95% of the time.
Well, look at it. If once you get past the Eagles, you got 1,400. Now for sure you're gonna have to play the Rams, and Brian had made them 5 to 6 point favorites. I'll give them 4.5 at $1.80. So right there you would win. Okay, at $1.80, your 1,400 wins 39. Well, wins 25-20. So you'd have 39-20 in your hand, and now, like you said, you're either going to go to the Saints or the other one. If you go to the Saints, would you give the Bears 2-1?
Yeah, they would definitely be a bigger dog against the Saints than they would against the Rams.
Okay,
so I figure plus 200 or 220 even.
Right. So now, if they go to the Saints, your 39-20 would become almost 12,000 at 2-1, and you haven't even played the Super Bowl. If let's say now you're right, the other team upsets the Saints, they had to play, let's say Dallas.
Right.
Okay, let's say Dallas.
So,
what would they be at home against Dallas?
I'm guessing that'd be 3.5 probably. Maybe the money line to minus 180.
Okay, 180. So now you're 39-20. Let's give them 2-1. Like your 39-20 would win roughly 2,000. So now you'd have 59-20 going into the Super Bowl. Let's say even at Pick'em. That's almost 12,000 right there. And you took a worst case scenario. That's why I was telling the people, make sure when you're going to run your Super Bowl futures, you're cashing your ticket and you're running it through. Most of the time, it's a horrendous deal.
The public loves to see though. Oh, I'm getting 8-1, or I'm getting 12-1, and their eyes light up when they see those big numbers. But in reality, if you just play game by game, you'd be better off at least 95, maybe 99% of the time if you went game by game. I mean, at a much better payout.
Well, that's 100% correct. Yeah, the public has a lottery fetish. The moment that they think they're getting a bargain at 6 or 7-1, they're probably getting hosed. They should be getting 10 or 11-1. We see it the Super Bowl with the props on will it go to overtime or will there be a 2-point conversion made. The public always takes too short of a price on those.
They do.
But ready for some picks?
Yeah, Brian, but well, here's what I wanted to ask you two guys. I'm totally naked because not completely, but I got my picks out there in the second segment. I like the 2 home teams on Saturday, the 2 road teams on Sunday. What do you guys like in these playoffs before we go to these basketball picks?
I'll let you go ahead, Rick.
Okay. I mean, this may seem kind of public, but in the first 4 games, I would lean to every home team, just to lean. There's some I like more than others, but I actually completely oppose you on the Bears game. I think the Bears are a great bet. I think Philly's just they made the playoffs. They barely got in. Nick Foles is playing okay. I think people have the Nick Foles fascination from last year, but he's not that good. And against the Bears defense, I think he's going to be in real trouble. I think he's turn it over at least 2 or 3 times. Bears are going to put up points, at least 21, 24 points in my opinion. I kind of like the Bears here, like maybe 27-10 type game, but that's that. But the first 2 games, I do agree with you. I I would lean Houston, but Indy has won 10 of 11. But a lot of times those teams who are riding such a hot streak into the playoffs, it's almost like they're too hot. You know, they're going to have to slow down or cool off. And so sometimes Indy didn't have this option because they started so bad. But sometimes you'll see teams almost throw games to get a loss in there to not be winning so many games in a row. And I think Indy's in the spot. I don't think they're going to get out of Houston with a win. I think Houston's going to be a tight game. I do like Houston to win the game in a real close game, but I think the teaser angle here is great. If you can get Indy plus 7.5, I would take that too. I would take that over Houston money line, that's for sure. But I do think Houston's going to sneak by, and I also think Dallas is going to sneak by with a win too. I don't know. I expect their defense to stop Seattle and Russell Wilson, and I do like the under here as well. But I think Dallas will get out of here with maybe like a 24-17 type win. And then the last one that I haven't talked about is the Chargers-Ravens game. This is the one that this is a tough one. I do kind of like the Ravens to win, but I like the Chargers to cover. I think at 3. So I would lean to Chargers plus the points here, and definitely love the Chargers in a teaser. And Phillip Rivers always shows up in the playoffs. If you notice the first game, it seems like every year they're playing on the road against someone, and typically it's a much better team. And he usually gets in there and gets a win. And now it's Lamar Jackson's first time ever being in the playoffs, of course, as a rookie, and I could see him turning the ball over a few times as well. So I don't know. I definitely like Chargers plus 3, win the game, make it like a pick 'em.
Wow.
Yeah, did you know that that Lamar Jackson will be the youngest quarterback to ever start a playoff game? Is that correct? I thought I read that or heard that a couple of days ago.
Really?
I didn't hear it, but it makes sense. He's what, 20?
Something like that.
I think
Yeah.
he's 20,
He's
right?
20 years old?
I think he won the Heisman at 18.
Yeah, but
because he was the youngest one to ever win a Heisman. So
yeah,
it only makes sense that he's the youngest one to because he
Wow.
would be a true junior this year if he were still in college.
No, but
a true senior. Just a true senior.
But seriously, I mean, 20 years old. That's almost seems impossible to. I mean, gosh, right.
Maybe he's 21. I'm going to look it up. But yeah, either way, he's still very young and inexperienced.
Wow. Yeah. Meanwhile, Phillip Rivers has 17 children. He probably has kids that are 20 years old. All of his kids and grandkids will be there. And I like. Actually, you know what I really like? What I really like in this game, I love. Now, it sounds kind of contradictory because I really like the Chargers, but I also love any kind of way that you can engineer a pick 'em to 3 middle, like maybe betting Baltimore on the money line -40, let's say, and you happen to find someone that's using 3 flat on the Chargers. I love that angle of this game. How old is he, Rick?
He's actually 21, and he's turning 22 on Sunday. So
that's still ridiculous.
It looks like, yeah. I guess I was. No, it's 22 on Monday, but yeah, he's still a baby. That's for sure.
Yeah, but by the way, as a little disclaimer, the Eagles are my weakest of all the choices. But remember now, I'm trying to get a 7 on this game. I'm trying to get a 7. But if anything,
that's tough.
If anything, well, I saw some strong 6.5. You never know by game time. But the other 3, I really like the Eagles just slightly. Brian, how about you? You got anything on the Eagles Chargers? Those 2 games.
Yeah. So on the 4 NFL games, I like every home team except for I would go with the Chargers. I didn't say San Diego, but I wanted to. I'll go with the Chargers in that one game. I like every other home team, and I like Alabama on Monday night.
Wow. So 4 out of 5 homesters. Okay, well, there's our football, folks. I hope you're paying attention to that. By the way, Rick and Brian, congratulations. I mean, we actually tripled down on this San Antonio Spurs game yesterday. You guys both loved it. I went with it. I just said it makes sense to me. But great pick on that one. We split out. I think you lost the Towson and you hit the Oakland game. It was a bad score when it first came, 75-74, and then it got corrected to 76-74, which didn't seem to make a difference, but the total was 149.5, so it did make a big difference.
Frank, let me interrupt you real quick. We got a message from
hang on, we got a Fifth Street Social.
We got a message from Billy Donlin on our Fifth Street social feed. Here it is. It's This will be interesting. I'm thinking about teasing Alabama down to PK and leaving it open, maybe with East in the East-West Shrine game next week. What do you think?
Well, come on, Billy. Come on. Come on. Billy, I think you're pulling our leg, Billy. Billy, I think Billy's just totally jerking us off here. You know that? There just couldn't be a worse play in the whole world. Come on, what a jerk job, Billy. You got to be kidding me, buddy. You're going to use a teaser in the East.
He's 12 years old. He's 12 years old.
No.
I'll tell you what. He's got a stand-up comedy career in his future. That's one of the funniest things I've heard of all year.
Wow, Billy, we're not laughing at you. We're just laughing at you. You know what I mean? But Billy, like you gotta be jerking us around. That you can't be serious. Come on. But anyways, so Rick, so I know you're laughing a lot.
That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. I mean, he's even he's going to leave an open teaser. You know, not for like an NFL playoff game. He's trying to, and he already has it set that he wants the East. You know, he already knows the roster.
First of all, he wants to use a teaser on a 5-point spread in college football and leave it open to get extra value on the East-West Shrine game.
I mean, the funny thing is that like the players in the East-West Shrine game don't themselves yet know if they're on the East or the West. But he knows he wants to be on the East. So,
wow, that's funny right there. So listen, guys. So great picking on yesterday. I mean, we went 2-1. I blow my Holy Cross game as usual. What do we got today, folks? We got a big card. What do you guys got in the hopper?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. First of all, that San Antonio game yesterday, I was trying to come on here and reiterate how strong it really was. And then Brian was saying, oh, man, that was my pick. And we hadn't discussed it. Just everything lined up for San Antonio to have a big win yesterday. And it wasn't – I mean, they were out of the gate. They were up, I think, 14-4 at the first commercial. And that was it. It never even got closer than that. The game was played, you know, they were by 20 or more pretty much the entire game. So anyway, there aren't many games that strong, but there are a few games I like today. And I'll see what you guys think of them. The first game is going to be game 5:30, Memphis, -4 at home against Brooklyn. Here's a game where Memphis has been real cold lately. They lost 3 in a row. They lost 8 of the last 10. They're getting Mike Conley back. And what better way to end a cold streak at home against Brooklyn? The line's much lower than it should be, only because they've been cold. Brooklyn still has a few key players out. I think this line normally would be 5.5 or 6 or maybe even 7. So I think you're getting a lot of value here, and I think I hear music. So we'll hold off to the next segment.
All right. So perfect, Rick. So when we come back, everybody's got to stay tuned for the last 3 minutes. It's the best of Florida Rick and Oklahoma Brian back, folks, after just a real small timeout, and it's the money segment. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you stay tuned. Thanks.
To charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But The Secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517. Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low-cost airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
All right, folks, Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez with Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick. All right, Rick, let's keep going with this NBA. We only got about 2.5 minutes, so we need all your good stuff. You too, Brian.
Okay, so to quickly go on, I gave out Memphis just now. My second play I'm giving out is Dallas plus 4.5 at Boston. The whole thing we talked about last time Boston played, Kyrie Irving was out. First game, they usually step up with their superstar out. Second game, they usually struggle. Marcus Morris was just announced out. They have a couple other guys out. I like Dallas for plus 4.5 here. And my last couple plays, because of other injuries in the Lakers game, I like the Knicks plus 7.5 and under 223.5 in the same game against the Lakers. So those are my 4 NBA plays for today.
Nixon and Brian.
What does he leave me with? 15 seconds? Okay.
No, go for it.
So I'm trying to talk fast.
This is like the House of Representatives. I'll use the remainder of my time to take the Cleveland Cavaliers plus 9.5. Way too high of a number for a Utah team that is brutal on the road this year. They're just 10-12 straight up on the road this year. They're a miserable road team. I know Cleveland's been horrible, but they get Tristan Thompson back tonight, and I think so someone else too. I just think this is a gift getting this many points, even though it's a pig of a team with Cleveland. So that's it. My one play.
All right, guys. So then let's reiterate this from Rick. We like Memphis minus 4. We're going to go with Dallas plus 4.5. The Knicks plus 7.5. Under 223 in that game, right? In the same game, Brian has Cleveland at home
plus 9.5.
Plus 9.5 against Utah. Utah being a horrible road team. That's 5 basketball picks. Then I guess Rick and I both agree on Houston and Dallas. And Brian, were you in agreement with those with us? I know Houston you were.
I am.
Okay.
I'm on the fence on Dallas. You want Dallas? I'll ride with you on Dallas.
No, you don't have to. And then then we all like the Chargers, but we're a little bit opposed on the Philly game, even though I might get off it now, especially since Rick, he got me off the Dolphins at Buffalo last week, so I'll probably follow him and just jump off this Philly bandwagon. But guys, good luck this weekend. Thanks a lot, Brian. Thanks a lot, Rick. Fifth Street Sports, folks, have a great weekend. We'll be back Monday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you. Armed Forces, have a great weekend.